Hey everyone, how are you? How are you today, my friends? Hello, Patrick, Luke, CA. Hey, Tocayo. Hello, David. Hello, Sina. How are you guys? Right there. How are you today? Hello, Salman. All right. Hola, Carla. Carlita. Hello, everyone. Let's give it a few seconds more. See if more people is joining. Today was a kind of a very slow, boring day. It was expected, right? It was expected. Today we will have FOMC. Everybody's just waiting on the sidelines, uh, waiting for Jay Powell to actually say something. Uh, I think the market already priced a rate cut uh, of about 25 points, maybe. There's people saying like 50. I really don't see 20. I really don't see more than 25. But that's just me. I mean, it's everything is just like saying they are kind of late to the party for the rate cuts. But not that they need to be kind of dovish. I mean, they need to go slow. So I think everyone has this 25 points rate cut already priced on stocks. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I don't think if we have this 25 point cut, I don't think there will be like a huge reaction. But I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. Before that, let me say hi to Hugo. Hello, Jason, Kevin Basinga. Hey, Chen, how are you? So I want to I want to tell you something based on observation. All right, based on observation, I want you to go back on your charts and take a look to FOMC days. Right, FOMC days, usually the previous day and the FOMC day, usually, and just as everything in trading, nothing works all of the times and everything works sometimes, right? But most of the times, FOMC days and the previous day, market just go a little bit lower to key levels. Take a look to that. That's entirely based on observation. So what I do, what I did yesterday, what I did today, it's just based on observation, trying to fit my setup, my strategy, my playbook to react to something like that. So yesterday work, today work, and well, I don't know, like just let's see what happens in next FOMC. But now you know, now you know, so you will remember next time. So just take a look. Usually, like big banks, hedge funds, huge investors, they just take their chips to the lower key level, just kind of like preserving capital, having their some dry powder for the next shot. So I don't know, like just take a look. All right. Uh, all right, guys. So this was SPY. This was SPY expected. We had this drop here, but after that, nothing happened. Can you see? Nothing happened. Again, I think this was expected. This was expected. So 660, 659 here. Well, 659 here, 660. So it's a $1 range, maybe a $2 range in a 660 market. So that's less than, how much is that? Like half a point, less than that, right? Like yeah, like 0.4%. So again, this is expected, right? On a regular day, our range usually it's of about $6 or $7 or even $8. So today we are stuck in a $1.50, $2 range. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Well, right now it's going, actually it's going a little bit lower, but look at this. I mean, going lower to 658, right? So that's not like entirely lower. That's not like entirely lower. I think this is just investors playing sidelines, waiting for the next move. So for being honest, I didn't see anything like really interesting on SPY. I was comparing SPY to QQQ, and I'll go to QQQ. That's where I took 2 trades today on QQQ, but this was kind of, like cleaner. Or what do you want? Let me show you. I think it is. No, give me 1 second, guys. This is it. All right. So as you can see right here, QQQ was showing a little bit weaker than SPY, right? And also it was kind of reacting to key levels just as SPY. So in my reasoning, QQQ was kind of weaker, so it was reacting just as well on the key levels. And on my 15-minute chart key levels or the round and half numbers. So I was like, okay, well, if they are just behaving in a very similar way, I'm gonna take the weaker, right? And I was looking at QQQ right here. And I was like, oh, well, this is actually going lower. This 590.11. This is a 15-minute chart key level. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want to miss this one. So yes, I was a bit impatient here. I think I jumped the gun like a little bit earlier. But as you can see here, we had some displacement. Then we had this candle here with a very nice reaction, price action right here, rejecting this 590. And then a second candle, and I actually entered on this second candle when it was going lower. So in my reasoning, let's take a look to the replay right there. Oh, right there. Next candle right there. So can you see this? I was looking, all this weakness, tried to react right here, rejected 590.11. So I took my first trade right here. What was it? SPY. Look at this. SPY was below the 5-minute opening range. So I just, that was my reasoning here. It didn't work. But I was stopped out like 3 candles later. And I was like, oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. That happens. I don't care. It was inside of my system. I had like a 15% loss right here. Not too much expected. So, all right, let's take a look to new opportunities. So then we had this reaction right here, 591, rejecting 591. So what was my idea? Rejection of 590, 591 on QQQ. So when we had this drop here, I was like, okay, well, this looks like market structure. This looks like a lower high. This looks like a lower low. And then we had this here, this rejection on 590, right here. I mean, this is 590.11, but if I drop it here to 590, can you see here? So this was a good rejection, a lot of rejections of 590. And I was like, well, I'm going to take this one again. So I enter on this 1016 candle. And I took this slow grind all the way to this gap fill. Well, to the edge of this gap, because we rejected the gap fill, we rejected the edge of the gap, and I closed my position like something around here, 11. Actually, it was 11:11. I was talking to Luke, and I remember I told him like, hey, well, it was 11:11. I went out on my last contract here. This move from here, 10:16 to 11:11, almost an hour, but it paid. It paid like 55% on this move. So I made back this small loss, and I actually ended a small green on the day. But this is what I wanted to show you here. These guys, this is kind of the, it's kind of the 84% rule for you guys that are on the Scarface community. You understand this. The 84% rule is when you are a stop out on a setup, because it goes deeper on your retest, but the market structure is intact, and suddenly your setup shows up again. So this is kind of an 84% rule. I don't know, like, kind of. What I was actually looking was the rejection of this 591 and this 590. So on here, I took my chances. I said like, well, I mean, there are too many rejections right here. This thing wants to go lower. And also, if you can see here, look at this right here. SPY was actually breaking down below this 659.50. So I was like, okay, well, now it makes more sense right here. It makes more sense. SPY is also going lower, but SPY actually stuck right here, 659.50, 659. So this $half range, look at this, from 10 in the morning to 11:30. So 90 minutes inside of this $half range. It was awful, and that was and that's why I was like happy to took QQQ. In a regular day, guys, in a regular days, this move from here to here, it will be like no less than 80%. But today, I don't know, like FOMC, the IB, I don't know what happened, but this was a 55%. Again, it was a very decent play. It was a very nice win. It's just like it felt different. It felt different on a very, very, very slow day. Right, let me go to the chat again. Hello, Deepti. DC, I will have done the same. I actually did something similar on NVIDIA. I'll go to NVIDIA in a minute. It's good to see you are human. Dude, come on. All right. Jason, 589.65 pre-market low. This entry so close to pre-market low. 589.65 right here. Yeah, well, it was. I want to show you something. More than the pre-market low, that was this demand zone. That's this demand zone. And we actually, look at this, we actually struggle here, right? We actually struggle with this pre-market low. So yeah, I mean, you are right. Should I be concerned? Yeah, I actually was concerned because it took some time to actually break pre-market low. And the reason is these candles here, right? Like buyers step in right here, but it was on the pre-market. So I wasn't like really concerned. So I was more concerned about something like here, 589.80, and we already broke. So I was actually kind of convinced that price will go even lower than 589 and maybe to the gap, and that's exactly what it did. So well, it's not going yet, but it will eventually. So yeah, I was concerned about the pre-market low, but not that much. Actually, look at this. I was more concerned. Yeah, right here. I was more concerned about this 589. I just thought that this 589 was kind of like a bigger demand, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't. So later in the day, we actually filled the gap. But again, I went out 11:11. I didn't want to give back of my profits, and this slow grind was actually draining me mentally. So that's what I took my win right there. Thank you, Basil. DC, SPY, and QQQ option prices were used today. Yeah, and let me tell you something, DC. I think it's because what I just told you. Most of the times, and it doesn't mean that it will happen all of the times, and especially next time. I mean, we don't know if it's gonna happen again. But on FOMC days, both indices usually adjust to the lower side, kind of like a protection, or I don't know what people think about it. But if you go back in your chart, you will see FOMC day and the previous day, usually indices go lower. Chen, you actually took the same trade than me, right? Or you took it like higher on a higher key level. I kind of remember you did something similar. But yeah, well, so I just wanted to show you the whole story, right? I took a loss here. So yeah, I mean, I'm always crystal clear with you guys. I'm showing you my losses and my wins. Actually, this exercise is like really good for me because it keeps me accountable. So I'm not doing crazy stuff or stupid stuff because I have to tell you, right? So I don't want to show you something out of my system, something out of, like just because I was bored or something. So yeah, so I took my loss right here on this candle here because that was my system. That was my stop loss, like the top of the retesting candles or the rejection candle. So that's exactly what I did. Look, do you like QQQ puts 1034? I do like it. Something like these lows. Yeah, I do like it. I actually like it. Like, I mean, if you had something like this, I mean, probably you don't like it too much. But if you had something like this, that's actually if you see the price action here, like this is the area, right? This is the area, and look at this. This is 589.50. 589.50. I already took down all of my lines. But if you remember yesterday, if you remember Monday, we had 589.50. And look at this. This is the break and retest of 589.50. So do I like it? Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. This will be something like this, right? Stop loss at the top of this, maybe all the way to the gap. Something like this. Look at this. It was a 1-to-4 risk reward rate to trade. I think market structure is super clear right here. That good eye look. Chen, I took it a bit earlier, but near to the same price you took, like somewhere around here. Consolidation part. Oh yeah. Cheryl guy. Hi, how do you see the percentage win on TradingView? Well, it's based on experience, Cheryl. It's based on experience. I mean, usually when I'm taking same day expiration and it takes $1 to the downside. If it's in less than 45 minutes, usually it's like 80%, 100%. Like $1 each, every $1 to the downside, kind of 80, 70, 100%. Depending on the Greeks, right? Depending if it's in a few candles, depending on the market as a whole, it's working on the Greeks. But usually if you are taking same day expiration on the morning, on SPY and QQQ, usually $1 is like no less than 70%. And right here, look at this. Right here, it was more than $1, and it was just like 55%. But yeah, you can actually, yeah. Thank you, Chen. If you go to your broker, you can actually uh, click on the strike, and usually you will see that. What kind of broker do you use? I use Webull, and I have used interactive brokers. And if you go and click on the strike, usually you can see the chart for the strike price, or for your contracts premium, and you can see how it moves on time. So you compare your contracts chart versus your actually asset chart, and you will see again, that comment was entirely based on experience and observation. um, Hello, Francine. Market structure, yes. Thank you, Chen. Thank you. Thinkorswim, I never used Thinkorswim. I tried, but I was super happy with Webull, IBKR, and I also use Schwab, and I think it's now part of the same company than Thinkorswim. But that's for my long-term portfolio, so I'm not like trading on Schwab, so I don't know if it has like a different way to do it. DC, I know people who trade the contract chart. Oh, in conjunction with the underlying chart. How do they do it? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Kevin. So Schwab bought TD Ameritrade. Yeah, something like that. I know if you have an account on Schwab, you can open like easily or transfer your funds with no fees to Thinkorswim. I just never did. I just never did it. If I move next year to Spain, to Europe, I think I will need to stop trading on Webull, and I think I will need to move to IBKR. So, guys, if you are like a specialist on IBKR and you have patience for this, your 40 something years old friend Neto, and you would like to jump into a Zoom and explain me briefly how to use it, it will be like really appreciated. You have TOS. Do you know if Europeans can trade options on TOS? Guys, who from this call is on Europe? I know Laura. Laura, she's a Spanish living in Switzerland, I think, Amsterdam. But not sure. I haven't seen her today. Laura, if you see this recording, and you can just poke me on Discord, or shoot me an email, it will be like really really appreciated. Or guys, oh MG, what broker do you use? IBKR? Oh, thank you, Francine. TradeStation. I know that that's an easy to use. IBKR. All right. Yeah, I think most of the international, like not international, out of United States of America, they use IBKR, right? Right. Well, MG, if I need some guidance, I'm gonna poke you. All right. Thank you in advance. All right, guys. So that was QQQ. Let me go. Let me move forward. I didn't find just like a full disclosure. I didn't find like too many opportunities today. But I will show you. I will show you. All right. Oh, thank you, MG. All right. Someone was asking last time, like, what are you drinking, guys? People in Texas, We are crazy about sweet tea. I don't know. Something. So my wife brews some sweet tea for me at home. But it's super crazy. People in Texas is crazy about sweet tea and Dr. Pepper. Tequila? No, it's not tequila. I'm not. I don't drink. Actually, I don't drink. So yeah, it's sweet tea. All right. So let's take a look to AMD. Jason, you took pre-market high retest 1003. Pre-market high right here. All right. Let me show you why I don't think it was a good idea, Jason. Something is going on. What's going on with this chart? Well, something is going on with my SPY chart, but okay. Well, let's do it with QQQ. Right. So you try 1003 right here, break and retest pre-market high, previous day close, something like here. Let's say something like here. Stop at the bottom of these retesting candles. You were aiming to high of the day. Let's say the bodies of these candles at high of the day. It was a 1 to 2.8 risk reward trade. But look at this. 1003 right here. Who asked? Jason, I'm sorry. Look at this, Jason. So right here, 1003. I understand what you try here, the break and retest of this pre-market high, this 160.36 key level on the 50-minute chart, previous day close, but I'm going to show you 1003 on QQQ. 1003 on QQQ. As you can see, yes, it is reacting on pre-market low, but look at this. This is actually the close to low of the day. Close to low of the day. So if you were trying to play this in correlation with the markets, that the markets were, what's going on here, guys? I don't know what's going on with me with this chart. Give me 1 second here. Let's see if I can fix it. All right. Okay, now we fix it. That was the IT old trick, turning down, turning on again. that works most of the times, right? Like 99% of the times. So I'm ready to be IT support. All right, so 1003, my friend, 1003. So we were talking about 1003 right here, break and retest pre-market high, but this was showing a lot of relative strength. But that was the only name. All the market was right here, QQQ, low of the day. And what was happening here? 1003. Look at this. 1003 was actually low of the day. So sorry about that. So the context on this trade, Jason, it's very, very, very low probability because the market is going down. So this wasn't helping your trade, right? So you were stop out 1005. Okay, you had like a kind of a very tight stop here. That was nice. Yeah, like if this works right away. If this doesn't work, yeah, you don't want to, you know, to find out later, right? That good job cutting your trade like 2 candles later. 1005, maybe 1006, right? 1006, yeah, good job there. Okay, look, sweet tea. Okay, we have a sweet tea lover. Operator error. Yeah, something happened with this. But did you see? It was just this chart. The other two were working nicely. Eli, I had the same question. Tony was referring to waiting for 160.48 instead. Not sure why that was flagged. 160.48, 160.48, something like here. Oh well, it was previous day close. It was previous day close. Let me show you here. $160.36, something like here. Previous day close. That's why he was flagging that. And he was trying to take calls today. Okay. There was a retest of the pre-market high, 955 here. Well, this blue line is the pre-market high. This blue line is the pre-market high. So the retest was actually 10 in the morning, but you can't trust the 10 a.m. candle. You can't trust that. It's always confusing. It's always it's a treason. It's a treason. Traitor. This 10 in the morning candle, it's always a traitor. Yeah, so that was your actual retest of the pre-market high, but the whole market was going lower. So that in my opinion, and that's just my opinion, when I'm taking trades on the tech name, I like to be aligned with the indices. Which one? That's the question of Felipe. For you, what is more important to see when you need aligning index with tech, QQQ or SPY? It depends. For example, if you are trading, let's say, Meta, Microsoft, Palantir, you want to look at QQQ. But if you are looking Apple, usually it looks more like SPY. But that's something that you need to tell me, Felipe. When you are backtesting, when you are getting to know the ticker that you are trading, that this is kind of the first thing that you need to know, context speaking, right? Like, okay, if I want to have some context about the name I'm trading, should I go watch SPY or should I go watch QQQ or should I go watch IWM or should I go watch SHM? What index I'm looking at for context? All right, so that's something that you need to tell me. Depending on the name that you are trading, that's something that you need to tell me. All right, so that's why I don't like this trade too much, Jason. I mean, I understand what you tried here. You had a lot of relative strength, but well, it just didn't work. I mean, when you are not aligned to the indices, it's just like low probability things, right? And what happened later? I would like you to see this white box. It's the 160 area, right? Right here, 160. Okay, right here, 160. So you have this 160 as support, came back, lower high, break this support, and now turns into resistance. So this is market structure, right? This is market structure. Lower high, lower low, lower high, rejection of this support turning to resistance, and then another drop. Can you see here? Is this clear? And what were the indices doing? Well, SPY was just chilling around 659 and 659.50, but look at this. What's happening right here on this retest of 160 on AMD? It was 1041. What was happening on QQQ? Low of the day, breaking this 589, right? That, can you see here? So guys, are we clear why this is a good opportunity? Market is going down right here. Market is going down. We are actually breaking down this 589 low of the day. SPY just chilling around this low of the chart. This AMD market structure super clear. Support turn into resistance. Rejection of 160, a super relevant key level. So do you see why this is a good opportunity here? I would appreciate if you type on the chat and let me know if this is clear. I'm just waiting for you guys, like, oh no, Neto, I have a question, or oh yes, it's super clear, or whatever. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Tocayo. All right, thank you, Kevin. All right, so this is looks textbook to me. Yeah, thank you, Francine. Thank you, Eli. So let me tell you something about this. And I know how do they say unpopular opinion. This is unpopular opinion, right? So I know at the Scarface community we are always looking like the key levels for continuation, right? I mean, we are looking internal liquidity aiming to external liquidity. Yes, I understand that, but that's the main playbook, right? That's the main playbook. But I want to show you that when you don't have continuation, you can use internal liquidity for good moves. Look at this. I mean, I'm sure that this move from 160 to 158.65, this 158.65, this is a multiple touches key level on the daily chart. And also this was low of the day, right? This was low of the day, the 5-minute opening range low. So this move here, I mean, it's AMD puts, probably this was like a 30% move. And it was just like $1.50. But a 30% move, I'll take it every day, any day, right? So I know we are just chasing internal liquidity right here, but I mean, this is how it works. I know it's unpopular opinion because on the Scarface community, we are looking internal liquidity for our entries, aiming to external liquidity, but this is another way to do it, right? And if we use market structure with the break and retest, these kind of plays are super easy to take. All right. Okay. Carol, it went into the supply zone. Yeah. This was support, break, turned into resistance, and then drop, right? So it's just some looks at textbook to me, all right? MG Marty, what do you think about the entry 1034? Give me 1 second. 1034. Why would you take 1034? It's just a question. Tell me, Marty, what would you take 1034? While you type your answer here, let me tell you why I don't think 1034 it's I mean 1034 will be a super nice entry if you are trading breakout. All right? You are trading this breakout here, this pivot low, this support, yeah, the breakout. Yeah, if you were looking for the breakout, that's a perfect entry. That's a perfect entry because you are having nice reaction here. Sellers stepping in right here, 160. This candle actually closed below this pivot low or this local low. So yeah, that was a very nice entry. If you were looking breakouts, if you were looking the break and retest, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of your play. This is the trigger of you starting to look if your setup shows up, right? All right. Jason, you're right, but I don't know how to change bias and go short quickly. And I don't know how to hold the position so long to key level when I put. Look, this is this is a very good topic, Jason. Let me tell you something. When I'm on my pre-market prep, I kind of have a bias for to build a bias for all of the names that I'm watching, right? All of the names that I'm watching. But the real important ones for me are the ones on SPY and QQQ. So once I wait 10, 15 minutes after the market open, I can see if my bias is actually working on the indices. And if it's working on the indices, everything is sweet, everything is nice, everything is like heaven. I'm just looking for the names aligned to my bias, right? But if SPY and QQQ start doing something different to what I was thinking this morning, I just go watch and see if they are not stuck into a higher time frame range, like a just like today SPY, right? Like it's stuck into a $1 or $2 range. If it's not stuck into a range, I just change my bias based on SPY and QQQ. So I'm sharing something that I do. This is how do they say this is not financial advice. This is just an experience share how I do. I do have my bias for most of the names that I want to trade, but the real ones, the important ones for me are SPY and QQQ. And if my chart is telling me a different story to my bias, it's like I don't fight 10 different names or 10 different bias. I'm just focused on my bias on SPY and QQQ, right? So once I realign my bias to what the indices are telling me, everything is easier. So I wouldn't marry a bias on a tech name. I will try to stick to my bias on the indices, right? Again, this is not financial advice. This is just experience share. But if this works for you, if this can help you trying to be more flexible and adaptable for today, use this. All right. Um, Carol, can you tell me when do you erase your zone and why do you erase the zones? What zones? Like these ones? You're very welcome, Felipe. Do you see, guys? If you like what I'm sharing, please like this video. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And let me show you something. Let me tell you something. Today I noticed that we lost 2 subscribers. I don't know. People that they just didn't like our videos. Uh, Yesterday we had like last night we had 762, and I remember because I sent a screenshot to a friend, and right now I'm watching 760. I just noticed. I know. Look what happened, my friend. What happened? I don't know. We need you to go back to a physical school so you can tell your friends about this and we all share on the community. Yeah, we're gonna hit a thousand by end of the year. I'm sure. I'm sure. All right, guys. So, oh, Carol, I'm sorry. The lines. Well, my key levels on the 15-minute chart. I move them like every day, right? I'm sure I already show you, but usually what I do is I go to the one to the daily chart. As you can see, I draw my previous highs and my previous lows, and then I go to the 15-minute chart and I just go back a few days, right? Like for example here, this is from the last day, this is 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this is 2 weeks ago, but this is kind of still relevant here. Maybe not. Let's take him down. I just try to have the relevant key levels on the 15-minute chart for the next days, right? For the next day. So if I don't have levels from 2 months ago or 3 months ago or last year. It's like I try to have my key levels from the previous, I don't know, like 2 weeks most. I usually have my 15-minute chart key levels from 3 or 4 days ago, but and I move them like every day. I'm taking a look to my levels and I'm moving them. And these lines here with the tags, Carol, these are from the tool that we use. So if you want to take a look to the tool I have, these are automatically drawn and erased every day. The previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, and the 5-minute and the 1-minute opening range high and low, and this daily gap, like today, this is today's opening price, this is previous day close. These key levels are automatically drawn and erased every day. If you want to take a look to this tool, you can go to the video description and to the channel description, and there's a link. It's not for free, but it's super affordable, and it was developed by a friend and member of this community. And it's kind of like it was kind of designed for the break and retest strategy in mind. So you will see that this is it is actually very useful, and it's a combo of different tools. So the one that you are looking here is just like the key levels, but it actually has like something super useful, that is the A plus checklist. So you can set up whatever you are looking for to consider like an A plus setup. Like, okay, well, QQQ, it's I don't know, like above or below a key level, SPY above or below a key level, and you start looking different things. So if you can take a look to that one, the link for that tool, it's on the video description. Just take a look. You will fall in love with this tool. It's super useful. Mohammed, 1,000 coming up. Yeah. Yeah, the lines on my chart. Okay. Your view on Tesla swing for beginner. You know what, Mohammed, I don't like to talk about swings because first, it's not my strongest suit, and second, I'm not doing any swings. Like recently, I my fund for swings is being used for another project right now, so I'm not in any swing right now. Namosi, you can swing TSLL instead of Tesla. Yeah, you know what? Yesterday I was watching TSLL, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's actually like it's a copy paste of Tesla, just cheaper. So yeah, guys, if you like how Tesla moves, you can you can take a look. You can take a look to TSLL. It's just the same thing but cheaper. Moina, I tried Tesla 943. Let's go to Tesla, all right. Well, this was Nvidia trade. Who said that it took something on Nvidia? Chen, you did. Someone said that took Nvidia. I'm looking in the chat. I can see. Well, guys, this is what I was watching on Nvidia, right? I'm gonna take out SPY QQQ. We already noticed that most of the day was on a downtrend. SPY and QQQ. So let's assume that everything that went lower, it was following the indices, right? So right here we had, look at this, we had 232. I know this is not the retest of the previous day low, but look at this. This is 232 whole number, side number, right? So 232, this is the break and retest. 232, one retest, one rejection, second rejection. So if you open your position right here or right here, I don't care. I mean, somewhere in this second candle that is actually confirming the move, you have your stop loss. Let's say previous day low, or this candle here. Let's say this candle here. All right. So, and you were aiming, there two things, right? Like if you were aiming this 231 key level on the 15-minute chart, round number, whole number, it was a 1 to 3 risk reward. If you were looking to 230.32, that's a key level on the daily chart. That's a key level on the daily chart. It was a 1 to 3.7 risk reward ratio trade, and actually went even lower, right? Like if you were actually going to this 230, well, look at this 230, round number, whole number, side number, strike number, right? So if you were aiming here 230, this was actually a 1 to 4.6 risk reward ratio trade. I really like it. And also you had this was the break and retest of the previous low of the day. Can you see here? Previous low of the day, this was 231.50, 231.50 right here. Look at this, retest, rejection, retest, strong rejection. So if you open your position right here below these 2 or 3 previous candles, let's say right here, the stop is at the top of these retesting candles, and you were aiming 230 or even this previous low on the daily chart, it was a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade. And to 230, it was a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. So I think Amazon offered 2 different or 3 different really nice opportunities here. Okay, let me take a look here. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes for what? Carol, I think people leave because they don't want to go through the course and study and learn. They just want to come here to try to make money. Probably. Well, but I don't offer a course or something. I'm not selling anything here. It's like, this is just free to join. We explain the break and retest strategy in a different names. I experience share about my journey, about my learnings, about my experience. So nothing to go. Abdo, Palantir, in a minute. All right. Francine, I did not trade today, but Nvidia. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Okay, another Nvidia. All right, no one took Amazon today. Let's go to Nvidia. This is what I had with Nvidia. So we were inside of this gap on the daily chart, and we had this break and retest of the 5-minute opening range. It was like super clear, right? Below pre-market low, break and retest, 5-minute opening range. Aiming to low of the day. This was a 1 to 3.5. Let me take a look. So Francine, Nvidia 957. I think is this same trade, right? Just a few candles later. DC, Nvidia 937. Come on, guys. Why you are doing this? Wait for the retest. Wait for the retest. This is what happens when you are just trying to guess. Nvidia 952. 952. This was a good one. What you out 954. In again 958. Out low today. I don't get why you were stopped here. Like what was your if okay. You tried something like this and you went out here. Look at this. This is a super small. My opinion is this is super small. This is super small stop loss. And look, now I understand that. Okay, 4 minutes for FOMC. You wanted to see the fireworks, right? Right. Let's take a look to SPY. All right. Decision income. This decision is already taken, guys. I mean, you will see it's 25 base points. That's it. Super dovish, aligned to historical data. That's gonna be it. You will see something different to that can create a lot of volatility. But if it's 25 base points, you will see that's it. It's not gonna move anything, right? Okay, Joseph, I understood your play here. I think that was like a super tight stop loss, especially because the market was going lower, so you can have like more breathe, more room for your trade to breathe. But happy that you actually took the second opportunity here. This is then 939 to 945 for the win. Good. Trading is not for everyone. Absolutely. All right. Okay, guys. So, well, good eye for everyone here on Nvidia. I think we all were watching kind of the same things here. I think this is just like the other opportunity here. As you can see here, even when this kind of created a higher low, can you see here? This is like a higher low. Oh, sorry. Kind of a higher low. This is a lower high, right? This is a lower high. So this is the market structure intact. So now we created a lower low, and then this is a lower high. So this is market structure. So this is noise. All this is noise. This is the market structure. All right. I really like this 170.50. 170.50. This is the previous like local pivot low. So I really like this, but this is a very small trade, right? So this was not something like really good. So guys, do you want to see SPY? Do you want to see it in the 1 minute to be more dramatic? Chan. What's going on? Well, look at this. This is, remember, everything started at previous day low. Okay, well, now we have something. Now we had something, right? QQQ is doing kind of the same thing. Okay, well, now we are doing something. We are still inside of previous day range. So we are actually doing nothing. Anyone here can confirm what we had on the FOMC? It has to be 25 points. That's why we are inside of previous day range, because it didn't move anything. 25 point cut. I told you. Yeah, that was super expected. That was actually priced in. So yeah. Right. Well, let's continue. We will see in a minute. All right. So this was a Tesla trade. That's something we're trying. I think. No, I don't remember who told me about this. Chen, did you try this, Chen? So someone texted me and, hey Neto, did you see this break and retest 5 minute opening range 945? And I was like, no, but let me take a look. And look at this. These actually look nice, right? Let's see. Moina, you did? Okay. What was happening? 945 here, 945 here. That was actually looking super good. QQQ low of the day, SPY low of the day. I really like this. This close to previous day low. Break and retest 5 minute opening range. But look at this. Next candle, it just killed the idea, and then actually went crazy, right? I think the next good opportunity here will be this, the break and retest of high of the day 5 minute opening range. But I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't take this. Well, maybe because Tesla is always moving like crazy, like it doesn't need any context or whatever. So even when SPY and QQQ was heading lower and lower every time, look at this. This was showing a lot of relative strength. So maybe this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range, like two candles here, maybe here. What would you be looking? 420? 420. Here it is. 1 to 3 risk reward after this dip. But look at this. This was respecting trend line, market structure all the time. If Lauren had taken this, she will be out on this candle. I love her protect your assets line. I really like it. Have you seen her? Do you follow Lauren on her YouTube channel? I I don't know it, but look, if you can share Lauren's channel here, that will be awesome. But she has really good explanations of her trades. She has been busy. She has a corporate job, so she has been busy right now. But when she takes a trade, she uploads like videos of her specific trade with a lot of reasoning, and this is one of the kind of things that she does, like the protect your assets line. So she actually draws like a trend line, and once price drops or breaks the trend line, she just cut her position. But I really love her style. So that was the only two plays that I watch on Tesla, guys. I didn't see anything else like really interesting. I wouldn't take anything on this channel here. Why? Just because if you have the market against you, if you have, look at this. This is actually coming from here. I know this is a really clear market structure, but right here both indices were heading lower. So I won't send links. Okay. Well, I will share tomorrow uh, with a copy paste here. Or guys, if you are on the Discord community, on the Scarface Discord community, you can go to the admins channel and look for one of their previous videos. She's great. She does a really good analysis of her trades. I Again, something that I love from her style is this protect your assets line. I really like it. I really like it. Okay, well, that was Tesla. Microsoft, we had this break and retest of this order block. What is this order block? 508. Yeah, 508. Uh, I'm I'm not a big fan of Microsoft, but Microsoft has been offering like really nice and clean setups lately. So yeah. You took the trade. Which one? Oh, the one in Tesla? This one here? Ah, yeah. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, I remember. I mean, it was super clear. Like break, retest, good reactions, just didn't work. You know, Tesla. She's she's always doing this kind of stuff. Um, what is this? Palantir. Who were asking for Palantir? Uh, Look at this. This is the 167 key level. So this is the break and retest of 167. Nice rejection here. So you take your trade on the second or third candle after rejecting this 167, and it actually dropped really nice all the way to 164. I have this this area here on Palantir where I don't want to trade here. it's it's this fair value gap from the huge drop on August. I think we already took all of the pending liquidity on this area here. I think we are ready to, you know, like for going out of this area. But can you see here why I was watching this area here? Maybe the 4 hour. Can you see this drop? This drop from August. All this fair value gap or this imbalance. I actually learned when I was learning these concepts. For me, this was imbalance, but I know some people, the ICT concept guys, they call this fair value gap. But look at this. Now we have this kind of this break and retest market structure inside of this fair value gap. So I think we are ready. We are ready to do something else. I don't think it will go lower, but look at this. This is actually rejecting. This rejected this very beginning of this candle. So I don't know. I think we are ready for the next leg up, but you never know. You never know with Palantir. So again, I was watching this break and retest of this 165 key level, and that was all that I was watching here. That was all that I was watching here. Anyone took something on Palantir that you would like to share? Tocayo, you took Palantir 938. 938. Put here all the way to 166.28. Yeah, well, you had 166.18 Friday key level. Good. Yeah, these look good. These look good. Yeah. Good eye. Good eye there. Very good. And this is also pre-market low? Yeah, this is the pre-market low, right? 167.87, 86. And this is also the 5-minute. No, it's the 1-minute opening range. Yeah, but the good eye here because it was rejecting the pre-market low and this 168.50. Good one here. And where did you exit? All the way to this 168.18, you told me, right? Something like here. Good. That was a very nice trade. Oh, thank you, Namosi. Trade with Lauren. Yeah, trade with Lauren. Tocayo 166 all the way here. Yeah, 166 something here. Very nice trade. Very nice trade. Okay. What is this? Look at this. Have you ever listened or have you ever listened that Apple is kind of a pro, how do they say, like a protective asset? Like this is the kind of assets, like when people wants to just drops their money and keep buying power, because it never decreases on value. Well, look at this. People waiting for FOMC, and what happens? Well, we just chill inside of $1 range or $70 range the whole day of the FOMC. Do you like this? I mean, I like this as a financial guy. I just like this. This is how people just keeps their money, right? I really like it. Okay. Google have been after a few days awesome uh, with awesome pumps on Google. We have been, look at this. We have been having a few very nice and clear setups here. So this is the first one. Wait a minute for just wait a minute for the lines. What's going on? What happens? Okay, right here. Okay. So this is the break and retest of the pre-market low. So this is the first drop. And then I was watching this. This is the break and retest of this order block right on the previous day low. And it was a super nice drop. So this one, it's all the way, look at this, all the way to 248. It was a 1 to 3.9 risk reward. And this one here, the break and retest of the pre-market low, aiming to the previous day low, it was a 1 to 3.5. 1 to 3.2 risk reward rated trade. So this was a very nice trade on Google. Not sure. I don't remember who has been asking for Google on the past weeks, but well, it has been like shaping like really, really nice. And Meta, well, if Ramesh is not around, I think he's the only one trading Meta today, right? Or on these past weeks. So I just was watching this break and retest of this 774, and it was a nice trade. It was a quick trade, but it was actually just chilling around, right? From 770 to 774. Now it's actually kind of, trying to recover. Oh, look at this. Something is going. What's going on? What's going on? Okay. This is SPY from high. Look at this. From previous day high to previous day low. And same thing for QQQ. Well, this is actually lower. Previous day high. Where is previous day low? 590. Previous day low right here. 590.49. Yeah. Right here. 590.49. Oof. All right. Well, there's your FOMC. There is your FOMC, guys. All right. So that was all for me today. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Today we have a peak of 62 people watching. I love that. I know there's a lot of people watching the recordings, and I know because thank you. You are actually commenting on the videos and sending me emails. I really appreciate that you engage with me. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm very responsive on the messages. I'm very responsive on my emails. So just bring them all. Bring them all of your questions. So guys, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you have a chance, go to my website. I have the performance trade checklist for you on the resources area. It's a free download tool for you. So if you can take a look and give me feedback about that, if it works for you, if it's useful for you, it will be awesome. That way I can understand if this is useful for you. I can start. I can keep having free stuff for you on the website. Guys, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.